Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is April 4th, and this is your aftermarket update. All right, before I talk to you about today's good trading day, I want to spend just a moment talking with you a little bit about yesterday. So if you'll recall from yesterday's trading video, we had an $800 CL trade. Now, today, we had an $800 plus CL trade. The difference between the 2 days, and I mentioned this in yesterday's video, I show you how I was down ticks going into that one winning trade that erased all of the losing that I had done on the day and got me just over break even yesterday, right? And so we spent some time talking about how the good reward to risk ratio will get you out of problems, and that good and high reward to risk ratio, when you take that trade and it's one of the only trades that you take on the day, can put you way up. That's what happened in the trade room here today. If you take a look up here, $820. We had one single trade. The commission was $7.40. It's $3.70 per contract round trip. And so $7.40 represents one trade with two lots, $820. So it was a really good trade here on the CL today. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that trade here in just a moment. Before we get started, however, we tried to get short up here at 86. The high of the day is 85.75. What I want you to look at is just how well these levels responded in the market today. Now, one of the folks in our trade room made a valid point. Said, "Gosh, why wait for that additional tick?" Well, one of the reasons is after the open. This is the opening 15-minute bar. The market was on a fairly aggressive push up. And so what I wanted it to do was pass through that level, then come back down and go through it. And eventually it just came right up into that level, stuck the dismount to the tick, and ended up missing me. What I was targeting in the trade room was down here at 78, but you'll notice how it came all the way down here to 74. So that was a trade that if you were in the trade room today, you saw me just get missed by a single tick there. In fact, that ends up being the high of the day actually on the ES. So again, not that we took it, but what I do want you to notice is just how well these levels were respected throughout the trading session. What we did get into today is a trade that we very similar to yesterday. Again, one of the things that we were looking for is the market to be a little bit choppy. And in fact, the total range on today's trade was 88 ticks. So if you think about the fact that we got 41 of those ticks, in fact, we got into a move that went a little bit deeper than that, actually. But we got into a move that was about 50% of the entire day's range. That is a pretty good trade placement and location. So what we did here today is we had our structure bed. Market passes down through it and begins to come back into it. We double top up here at 52. Can't close a 5-minute bar above this zone. And what I did is I ended up getting short right here at the structure mid at 44. We chopped around for about 15 minutes. It looked at some points like we might get stopped out, but the bars could never just get back over this double top. And then, of course, the market comes all the way down into our daily structure target. Now, what I was kind of looking for, you're going to hear me say low of the day at 12 and maybe 92. Really, once we got this big, heavy bar to the downside, I was really expecting us to come down into the overnight levels, which was down here around 76. But I didn't give too much back on the pullback here, and we ended up with a 41 tick. We got stopped out on the pullback at 03. And so again, very much like yesterday, market comes down through, comes back up into our structure mid. We double top. Yesterday was a triple top. We couldn't get a bar to close above that. That was our cue to get short, and the market ends up selling off for 40 plus ticks. Actually, it sells off down to, I think the low of the day is 89 here. So we were in 44 to 89 is 55 ticks, and we ended up getting 41 of those ticks. So all in all, a very good trading day here today. One and done, which is really the way we'd like to do it every day. And obviously it doesn't happen, but as long as you have your reward to risk ratios in line, you should be in pretty good shape. Having said all of that, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to let you watch the video here. It was about the video today. I don't know. How long is this? We got in at 9 o'clock, and by 9:35 it had come to completion, so about 35-40 minutes. So I'm going to let you listen to the beginning of the beginning of the trade. I'll then chop it down into pieces, put a little bit of music behind it, and speed up the tape, let you see where we get out so you get a good sense of exactly how we manage the trade and how the trade went throughout the day. So without further ado, here is the OTG trade of the day. All right, so right now I'm in short at 44, stop 10 ticks to 54. Target right now is either the low of the day down there at 12 or down around the structure target at 94. We'll see.